Everybody keeps talking about how FD cars are getting too much horsepower, but I just feel like we're getting out of hand. Welcome to Formula Drift English Town. All right, so what makes English Town so special? I'm so glad you didn't ask. The thing that makes it special is the fact that this one's got Pro Spec. This is a whole nother round of drivers. You got people like Adam Knapik. You got people like Amanda Sorensen that's hiding back there. You got people all over the fence that are in another round, a different round of Formula Drift. They only run for 4 times the entire year, which is different than the Pro Group. So this has more drivers, more fun. To me, Pro Spec reminds me a little bit of college football. You know, they don't make as much money, but they give a hell of a lot more effort sometimes. I'm gonna be honest with you guys. English Town has some of the weirdest shit I think I've ever seen before at an actual FD event. That's a BMW, by the way. All right, so you might be wondering what the biggest difference between Pro and Pro Spec is. If there was a sign that encapsulated the whole argument, this is the one. Oh, yes, yes, we can do this. Me and you, me and you. So Pro Spec versus Pro, it's like a vibe difference, really is what it is. So Pro Spec runs half of the amount of times, I believe, than Pro does. And a lot of times these guys are only driving these cars at Formula Drift events. We were just talking to Adam Knapik. Oh, sorry. Sorry. I'm so sorry. We were just talking to Adam Knapik, who forgot the K at the beginning of his last name, and he was trying to telling us a little bit about how you really don't get into these cars outside of these events because there's really no place to. So when they're running at FD and they're running a brand new setup, it is literally the first time that they're in the car. I really like Pro Spec. Again, I've kind of joked around about it because it feels a little bit like college football. I can say when you start to get that grassroots vibe, you really do get it in the Pro Spec space. A lot of these guys are running very, very familiar setups. Probably something that you wouldn't be surprised is that some of these cars are running stock components. They're running stock parts for their hubs, they're running stock parts for their diffs, and it's a much more affordable option, I would say. Whereas I don't really think Pro Spec that's far away from anybody that might be wanting to get into this sport at that semi-pro level. I personally believe that the dopest thing here is the smartass car. It's right here. Look at it. Look at it. It's the smartass on the bottom right-hand corner. Yeah, let's go, brother. Also, they give me cool things in Pro Spec spaces. I got the pet dogs, I got a Pokemon card, and I got offered a beer. Okay, and the t-shirts over here are 20 bucks. The t-shirts on the other side of the fence, they're like 40. I don't know who's buying $40 t-shirts these days. Not this guy.
We're both lost at the day.
So you might be wondering, just what's the deal with Torque Motorsport versus Torque Drift 2? Well, Torque Drift 2 is the upcoming game that we're releasing like right now. We're releasing things like the garage teaser trailer, which actually gets you a sneak peek as to what the game will look like. We're busy at work, scanning the tracks, scanning the drivers' faces, scanning the cars, scanning the parts, all that sort of good stuff, which means we're gonna have more to release as things continue to go on. So if you're a fan of video game design, you wanna see some behind the scenes stuff, you can actually check out our devlog, you can check out our podcast that we're doing over in Australia, and of course, if you love the content that we're doing here at Formula Drift and the car that we're building, you're gonna wanna make sure to subscribe. Be sure to check out the apparel that we've got going on as well, and of course, if you're on Torque Motorsport so far, thank you so much for the support. Let's get back to English Town.
So fancy when I'm in the spotlight. I'm celebrating my privacy. Got a craving that is knocking you out. They got hunger when I'm not holding you tight.
1015, dude.
Yeah, right? I go to work and like once I get some free time, I'm like just...
You're in it?
Oh yeah, I'm in it all day.
That looks good, dude. That's so cool. It's so wild to see like game being played.
Yeah.
You know, like you know it, and then you see it, and you're like, oh, that shit's dope.
Got my tandem battles right here.
24,000?
Yes.
Bro, you're out there. You're playing it, bro. That is awesome.
I'm on it all the time.
Pro Spec is a whole vibe. I'm telling you, if you guys aren't watching Pro Spec, you need to be because it is so much fun. Meeting Adam Knapik, touching base with Alex Pro Spec, guys, is a blast. And the driving is way different than the pros. So if you're on the fence, maybe you haven't been watching the live stream, don't be a doofus. Get out there, watch the Pro Spec too, because that is what they're gonna be standing on in just a few short minutes. But with that being said, I am gonna go grab some Italian food because I'm in New Jersey. Those two things aren't even related, but let's go check out the championship, which is happening tomorrow. So now we're in the top 16. It is Saturday, and it is beautiful. It's been raining, then it was hot as balls. Chris Forsberg Z is still like one of my favorite looking cars there is. My God. And it is a really interesting track. It's one of the first purpose-built drift tracks. To learn that Chris Forsberg was one of the major reasons that this was even put together is really neat. And to see the top 16 cars, absolutely astounding. So that being said, we gotta go get some videos, some photos, and let's just see who takes it. I want you guys to drop in the comments below who you think is gonna win the whole season, because I think it's really interesting. It seems like a little bit of a toss-up, especially considering that Frederick Osbo didn't make it out of his run, and instead, Kenguchi's taking the win. So we'll see what happens at this event, and of course, the rest of the season.
Trying to get saved, baby, I am not the answer, no. I'm a man with a gift and I'm doing my shit like... Say, baby, I am not the answer, no. I'm a man with a gift and I'm doing my shit like...
Here for the first time ever, unanimously is Adam LZ gets the win for the RTR camp, 3 in a row for RTR. Simon Olsen gets second place in the field suspension S chassis.
The exuberation here in the tower.
The Nitto tires are loud. They are smoky, and Adam LZ makes history for himself. Again,
that's cool.
This is really cool.